Good morning, it's Tuesday. At least it should be. I don't know what day you're watching this on, but it's Tuesday for me. We're going through a little town here in Minnesota. Want some antiques? They have antiques. I believe it. Look at this town. This whole town is antique. I love these small little towns. Love it. Reminds me a lot of Southern Ontario in Canada. All the small towns there are sort of like this. Just awesome, you know? True American culture, you know? Small town America. It's the same thing in Canada. You want true Canadian culture in its raw form, its original form, you know? Go to the small towns. I find that small towns change less than the big cities. Big cities are constantly changing, constantly changing. People moving in, people moving out, new people moving in, old people moving out. You know, it's just constant change, lots of business going on, lots of all kinds of stuff going on. It's a big city. That's what happens. Big city. Small towns is a slower pace. Not very much change, right? And some people make fun of that, but I think that's awesome. Because I don't like everything to constantly change. I like things to stay the same. You know, I just get comfortable with something in the city, and you turn around or you wake up the next day and everything's different again. In a small town, you can rely on the fact that, you know, when you go to bed, you wake up in the morning, it's still going to be the same. You know, 10 years later, mostly still going to be the same. You know, the kids you see growing up, you'll see them as adults in 10, 20 years, unless if they leave town and go to the big city, in which case they'll probably be back. I did the same thing. I grew up in small town Canada in Manitoba, and I thought that the city was so cool and so much going on there and everything. I moved to the city. Less than 5 years. Moved back out. Nope. Too high, too fast paced. Not fun. Not my thing. If that's your thing, hey, all the power to you. Go for it. You do you. That's sort of my motto, right? You do you. Go your own way. Do your own thing. But for me, small towns make me happy. That's why I always mention it when I go through these towns and I'm talking to you guys. Like, it's not even my town, but I love it. I'm just not a big city kind of guy. You know? I like moving a little slower, you know? I have no clue what town that was. There's never any signs. Minneapolis. Finally got the traffic moving a little bit there. Spent about 20 to 30 minutes almost at a standstill, moving inches at a time. Big throwback to Los Angeles. Haven't been in California in 2 years now? 3 years? How long has it been? I went there for VidCon 2 years in a row. Had a lot of fun out there. But man, do they got traffic. Because Los Angeles doesn't really have any good public transportation. To live down there on the West Coast, you have to have a car. Everybody has cars, right? One sec, see if I can get in here. You gonna let me in? You see my signal, my turning device? You do? Awesome, we speak the same language. The language of flashy lights. So this is taking us off Interstate 494 on the south side of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And we're turning straight south down the I-35. This is going to take us to our destination. I wish I could have been there already. Always running behind. One big reason, again, is because this truck is still limited to 60 miles an hour. Drives me up the wall. Drives me crazy. Oh, and they got these fancy traffic light thingies here for the merge lane. Okay. See if we can figure this out. Do people actually listen to these things? I hope they do. Otherwise, what's the point, right? They go, and then I go. Hey! Hey! You had a red light! Always have to get in front of the truck. Man, I could have hit him. He went right through the red. It's the thing about driving a truck. All the people in these little cars all around you, so impatient. So impatient. They can't wait 2 seconds. And God forbid they let a big truck in front of them, you know? It's ridiculous. They put themselves and others in danger just so that they can get in front of the truck. Like that there. He blew through the red light. I didn't even see. I thought he was going to stop. I was already coming back into the center of the lane to merge onto the highway, and he just whipped right past me on the right there. It's lucky I didn't hit him. Well, I'm here. And this is quite literally a ghost town. Look at this place. So I'm actually at their secondary warehouse right now. This is like their storage facility, sort of. All the main stuff happens at the other warehouse, so that's why this one's so quiet. Whenever they're ready to load me, they'll come here from there, the other warehouse, load up my trailer here. I'll tarp it, and then we'll be on our way. Well, I've been here about 4.5 hours already, maybe 5, closer to 5 hours already. They're done loading. I just finished strapping it down. Now I have to tarp the whole thing. This is the biggest load I've ever picked up from here. It's huge. It's like 45,000 pounds, so it's a full load. Here, let's take a look at it. I'm gonna see how fast I can tarp it. First, let's show you. 1 second. Let's get down here. Here it is. I'm gonna go up on this higher level here so you can see it from up there. Starts off at the front here like this. Another big grouping here. Another big grouping there. Another big grouping there. And then they got this end piece tacked on there yet. Nuts, right? So how long do you think it's going to take me to tarp this? It's going to take all 3 of my tarps. Place your bets now in the comment section. You'll have to pause and go and place your bets. Tell me how close you were. I'm going to time myself on my phone actually. So from the time I press start to the time I pull the last bungee, we'll see how long it takes. I only have an hour and a half left on my 14-hour clock, so I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere tonight yet when I'm done tarping. I'll just leave that little hint there for you. I'll see you in a bit. And go! Oh man, a little bit sweaty. 1 second. All right. Here it is. Took me 1 hour, 41 minutes. And there it is. The whole thing. All nicely tarped. Right up to the back. We are ready to rock and roll. Takes quite a bit of energy, not gonna lie. But I actually thought it would take a lot longer than an hour and 41 minutes. And that's it, that's the day. I can't leave their yard. I'm out of hours. So I guess we're just gonna sleep right here. Why not? They said it was okay, so cool. Nice quiet lot for me to sleep in here. The only problem is I parked underneath their yard light, and it's one of those yard lights that's malfunctioning, so it keeps going on and then off. And then on, and then off. Bothers me. I'll see you guys tomorrow though. We're going to be taking this load all the way back home tomorrow. 839 kilometers. That's about 500 miles. And then we'll see what they have for us from there. This load has to be in Kamloops on Monday. Kamloops, British Columbia. And I can't deliver it on Monday because I need to be home for something on Monday. It's a bit of a surprise. So I won't be able to deliver it. Someone else will, which makes me kind of because someone else is going to deliver my load with my tarps and my bungees and my straps. I don't know if they're going to return them or not. Makes me uncomfortable. I want to deliver it. It's my load. I tarped it, and I'm very proud of the way this one turned out too. I like this tarp job. I want to deliver it. But if I deliver it, that means I could only be there Thursday morning, which is 3 days late. Unless if they don't actually need it Monday. You know, sometimes it's flexible because when you deliver to a building project, sometimes you deliver there, but they don't actually need it for like weeks and weeks. They just store it there somewhere. So if you're late, it's actually a benefit to them because then they don't have to store the stuff that they don't need for such a long time, right? So sometimes it works out if you call them and be like, hey, like, do you need this stuff or is it just going to sit there? Like, if I brought it 3 days late, would that delay your progress or anything? And sometimes they're like, no, that's cool, whatever, deliver whenever you can, it's just gonna sit in our storage yard anyway. So it all depends. It all depends on the customer and the situation, but we'll see. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, tell your friends and all that stuff. Hit the subscribe button, the bell. You guys know how YouTube works. See you guys tomorrow.